Hello, and here we are, our last full week of the class. So week 7, and if you've taken the online classes before, week 7.5 starts on Friday, so they kind of overlap. This week runs through Saturday midnight again, as usual, but then the last 7.5 weeks, only 3 days, starts Friday and goes through Monday. This week you have a discussion where you're just talking about what you've learned, a little bit of metacognition, where you talk about things you've learned in this class. You have your final draft of your paper due this week. I've extended the deadline on the Connect composition, the peer review assignment. If you look in the lessons for week 7, you'll notice I've added a tutorial again. How to get in there and submit your essay, your first draft, and how to proof and edit somebody else's. I think it's pretty straightforward and easy to follow. Do that, give me another week extension on that to get that done. But you might want to hurry on getting that tutor review, submitting your draft to the Net Tutor there and Connect composition, so you can get that back in time. That'll be due to me by this Friday or this Saturday coming up. So you have another week to play around and look at other people's drafts and give comments, especially those 4 or 5 comments that I want you to post. If you've already gone in there, and I think what a lot of people have done is that they've maybe copied and pasted or typed their draft in there, but they didn't. They either saved it but didn't publish it for review. And you notice on my tutorial I show you how to do both. Once you do that, your peers that are in your group can see that review and post comments on it. And then I also show you how you go in there and pick somebody else's draft that you can review and put comments in there. So I'm extending that deadline, that assignment there. If you can't get back in to your draft, I think that happens if you go in there and just save it or don't save it. You might be, I'm getting messages that says waiting for a response, and that tells me that it hasn't been published yet. So if you're having trouble getting back into it and hitting the publish button, let me know and I'll just wipe out the first attempt so you can start over and go about those directions I have there. I think that might work the best. So let me know if you can't get your first draft to be published and ready for review. Everything should be graded. I haven't had a chance, I'm sorry, on some classes to get all the extra credit, but that should be done this week. This will be the last week that we'll have any extra credit on the poll questions, so you might want to do that. And I think if you look at the overview for this week, all you have to do is just a discussion, turn in your final paper. Your final will be in the last week, 7.5, those 3 days there. So I think that's about it. Have fun. Oh, and thanks for the concerns and the comments and the emails about my surgery. Everything's looking pretty good. I'm not going to be dancing with the stars for a while, but at least I'm not in the pain like I was before. Thanks again. So I'll talk to you later.